The advertising landscape has evolved significantly across print, audio, television, and especially with the advent of social media. Platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter have become powerful channels for advertisers, offering precise targeting based on demographics, interests, and user behavior. This shift has led to innovative strategies for reaching consumers. While social media shares consumer data, the decision-making regarding content, timing, and delivery rests with advertisers, leading to varying ad costs and performance.
Social media advertising, it's quite different than regular advertising that we see. One of the key features are that we are able to engage with that advertise in terms of like, post, or click. So this was not there in the regular advertise either when you see through newspaper, billboards, or even televisions. So this combination of engagement and that engagement being visible to the other audience is quite important, and that is what creates an interesting phenomenon of the spillover of information from one audience group to the other audience group.
This study identifies social media usage and spillover effects and how that affects targeted advertisements and their effectiveness. Users in a group share information through likes, tweets, comments, etc., causing spillover effects that influence those outside the group. Marketers exploit this to reach a broader audience on social media. The study looks at advertisements for a new product to be launched. For example, Angry Birds Space Edition game. Two specific groups are targeted: Star Wars and Star Trek fans. Both like fantasy and space games, but Star Wars has 36 million followers while Star Trek has 19 million. Even though they're interested in similar things, the group can differ in specific attributes like size.
There are some members who are also interested in both Star Wars and Star Trek. So this overlap, and in addition to this, the word of mouth from one group to the other group. These are the two key components to create a spillover of information from one group to other group. And this is what plays a crucial role when we are thinking about strategic sequencing.
Advertisers grapple with a crucial decision: whether to target groups simultaneously or sequentially. This study delves into this dilemma, aiming to provide clarity for advertisers. Simultaneous advertising refers to ads being released all at once across groups and platforms, while sequential advertising refers to the process of presenting ads in a predetermined order. The study delves into the effectiveness of sequential advertising.
So to understand this further, we had developed an analytical model to capture the trade-off of quantity versus quality. The quantity here is referred to the number of people exposed to that information, as opposed to quality is the probability an individual is able to retain that information.
In a large group, due to its population size, there's a natural inclination for a higher volume of information to be shared within the group. Consequently, this inundation of information can overwhelm the numerous followers within a certain group. This makes it less probable for individuals to effectively retain specific pieces of information.
As opposed to the smaller groups, they are more likely to be exposed to that information and more likely to retain that information. Hence, the quality is better in terms of the smaller group. Clearly, there is a trade-off between the quality and quantity, and that is what we wanted to first characterize. How can we use that trade-off information to guide that what is the strategic sequencing we can make and tell whether we should advertise small followed by large group or large followed by small group.
This study looks into how well people remember information they see on social media. A model is created to understand this better, and it is then tested with real experiments on Facebook and Twitter. It is found that showing ads in a certain order can help people remember the information better. This is tried with two different types of businesses: one that sells everyday products and one that offers health services.
First field experiment was in product industry, and we advertise roasted coffee beans as one of the product to multiple groups. The second experiment was in healthcare industry, service industry, wherein a blood donation campaign was advertised. In both of the experiment, we created multiple groups Yeah, and such that the multiple campaigns can be run parallelly to see the impact of, say, simultaneous advertisement, sequential, small followed by large, and large followed by small. Every campaign was exclusive to each other, as in we wanted to make sure that one campaign doesn't have an impact to other. But within a campaign, because we are talking about the overlap of the group in a sequence and all that, we allowed that natural overlap.
Overall, the results are very similar irrespective of the industry. Sequencing advertising will on average give 23% better performance as opposed to simultaneous advertisement. With this knowledge, advertisers can save budgets by up to 18%, keeping the performance intact. Additionally, in the sequence, where small is followed by large, an additional 10% of boost is seen in performance.
The reason why small followed by large wins here is because this small followed by large campaign is focusing on quality first, creating individual with higher retention first, then doing the burst advertisement in the larger group. So this is what a better strategy was empirically found, and I believe this result will be quite helpful for the advertisers and even platforms alike to increase their retention and the KPIs of their advertisement and possibly reduce the budgets.
These benefits extend beyond just social media platforms. Marketing firms can explore sequencing strategies across devices and locations. While this study delves into social media ad sequencing, there's room for further research. For example, exploring sequencing across different media types, such as video versus photo ads, may lead to higher performance indicators.